Did you know it's Sleep Awareness Week, and just over 48 hours into daylight saving time, many of us are still adjusting to moving our clocks forward an hour, but sometimes sleepiness is cause for greater concern. And so Dr. Sutton is back to talk to us about this. So how does this affect us?
Well, you know, that forward turn of that clock has been associated with sleepiness for all of us. Everyone is having difficulty. It messes with our circadian rhythm. It increases our sleep debt and, of course, leads to inevitably loss of sleep. And specifically beyond that, it has daylight saving time, has negative effects on our physical health. In certain studies, we found that daylight saving time has been associated with an increased risk of heart attacks. In fact, the first day after daylight saving time, the rate of heart attacks increases by 24%. And in the first 2 days, the rate of strokes increases by 8%. And there's also an associated increased risk of depression as well as fatal car accidents.
Okay, so because a lot of us here around us, I've been saying for the last couple of days, we're feeling a little groggy and sleepy. How do we know the difference between, okay, it's just something normal, or it could be something a little bit more?
Well, as inside the primary care offices, many of providers like myself will ask questions relating to something called the Epworth Sleepiness Scale. It's a series of questions that helps to gauge how sleepy are you during the day. It's in total 8 questions, but some examples include how likely are you to fall asleep when you're just sitting, reading and watching TV, 0 being no likelihood, 3 being a high chance. Additional things are how likely are you to fall asleep after just sitting quietly after having a meal with no alcohol, or how likely are you to fall asleep when sitting in the car at a stoplight. If your score totaled over 10, then that's concerning that you may need to adjust your sleep schedule or talk to a provider.
Okay, so if that is the case, if you don't do well on the test, or if there's other issues, what can we do?
Well, if you don't do well on that test, my recommendations, first and foremost, adjusting your sleep schedule, making sure that you make that sleep schedule. We've talked about this numerous times. Making sure that your naps are minimum of 20 or maximum of 20 minutes, and then also eliminating alcohol, caffeine, at least 4 hours before bedtime. And in terms of making sure that we're doing all of this, again, bedtimes aren't just for kids, they're for all of us, trying to keep that sleep schedule the same throughout weekdays and weekends.
I know, and there's no such thing as being able to catch up on your sleep on the weekends. You can't catch up on what
There is some benefit slightly to sleep debt. That's catching up on that debt, but in research studies, only maybe 2 to 3 days maximum. You can't try to catch up on Saturday from Monday's loss.
Gotcha. All right. Thanks so much. About to give it a shot.
As we all try.
I know. Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.